Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Storm, and in this video I am going to show you how to navigate your new Canvas course. Now, before we get started, please note that we're going to be looking at a class called Exploring Computer Science. That may not be the class that you're actually assigned to for this semester. That's okay. The concepts that we go over in this video are going to be universal for all of the classes that I teach. So if you're in my computer programming class or my creative coding class or my game development class, these same things that we talk about are going to be universal. All right, let's get into it. Over here on the left-hand side, we can see that we have three links: home, modules, and grades. We're going to talk extensively about grades toward the end of this video, so I'm going to leave that for now. Home will always bring you back to this page, which is a very important page. We'll talk about that in a minute. Modules will give you a very condensed view of all of the content in this course, so you can find specific items really quickly. These links are really important. All right, play around with them, click on them, check them out, see what they do. Over here on the right-hand side, we have course stream, course calendar, and course notifications. The stream and the notifications areas aren't going to have anything in them at the beginning of the course, but as the course goes on and you turn in assignments and you receive feedback and I update the course with notifications, you'll see some stuff pop up in these. So it wouldn't make sense for us to click on those now, so we'll leave those for later. What we can look at is the course calendar. This is a feature in Canvas that I feel is a bit underused. We'll say it that way. This is a really helpful tool. When I look at this calendar, I can see all of the courses that I'm taking in Canvas, and I can see when the assignments are due for each class. Right now, I'm only seeing one class because I'm only taking one class, which is Exploring Computer Science, but I can see all the assignments that I've completed in Exploring Computer Science. I know that I've completed them because there's a line through that assignment. So if I click on the assignment itself, I can see that this is for my Exploring Computer Science 1 course. And I can also click on the title of the assignment itself to take me into that assignment's page. Okay. You can also filter which courses you are seeing in your calendar by clicking on them over in this area here. All right, let's go back to home. Now here in this to-do area, I would see a list of all of the items that I have yet to complete. Now, I've gone ahead and completed all the assignments so far for this course, so I have nothing in this list. But that doesn't mean I'm done, as we'll see in just a moment. Now, in order to complete work in my class, you have to do it in a specific order. These courses are all meticulously scheduled so that you do things in the proper order. For example, if you look down here, we have the first term of the course and the second term of the course. I know that says term 3 and term 4. It's because I'm recording this before the second semester. So term 3 and term 4. If you're watching this in term 1, then just substitute those for term 1 and term 2. You get the idea. But if we look inside each term, we can see that we have 8 weeks per term. And within those weeks, we have two different links here. We have a link for the first day of the week and a link for the second day of the week. If you're an A-day class, then that's going to be Monday and Wednesday. If you're in a B-day class, that's going to be Tuesday and Thursday. Now, I don't have anything for Fridays. On Fridays in my class, those are extra times. That's extra time for you to get work done that you may have missed in the last week or two. So if we take a look at these links, we can see that they take us directly to the content that we're supposed to be completing that week. For example, let's take a look at, week 3, day 1. If I click on that, it will take me to a page that looks like this. It tells me what am I learning that day, why am I learning it, and how am I going to prove that I've learned it, right? So what am I learning? I'm learning about computer files and file systems. Why? I'm learning this because I need to know how to move, copy, and delete files. I also need to know the most common file types and how to use them. And how am I going to prove it? Well, I'll prove it by demonstrating how to manipulate files and recognizing file types. So that's what I'm going to be doing that day. That's what I'm going to be doing. How am I going to do it? Well, down here, I have a list of all the items that need to be completed. I have links to those items here in the Canvas course, and I have a rough time estimate for how long it should take you to complete those items as you're going through the course that day. Notice that all of these times add up to 60 minutes. If you follow my schedule, you will complete all of your work within the class period. Okay, so I would start here at the top. Discuss how would you organize files in a computer? Well, I'd think about it for a couple of minutes, maybe type a response in here, then move on to the next item. Then I have a lesson in here on file systems. I would read through this, either using the slides to go through it step by step, or I can scroll down here and read it in an article format as well. I can watch the videos, read the text, however works for me. So I've learned a lot about exploring files. Then I would follow the exercise. And then I have another lesson on file extensions here. And then I would have a quiz. Now I've already taken this quiz and we'll talk about that in a moment, but that's roughly what you can expect from a day's worth, from one class period's worth of work in my course. Again, it's important that you go through it in order. Don't skip the lessons. Don't just jump straight to the graded assignments and try to do those without looking at the lessons, reading the articles, experiencing the PowerPoints, watching the videos, all of that before you try to do the assignments, because you will be very confused. The assignments are specific to the lessons you're learning that day. All right. Let's take a look at my grades, shall we? I'm going to click on grades. Before I do that, though, I notice that I have this number 1 right next to grades. That means I have one piece of feedback that I have not read yet, meaning I've turned in an assignment and it's been graded by my instructor and I haven't seen my grade. So I'm going to go ahead and click grades and find out what that is. Okay, so this is typically what your grade book will look like. Now, mine is a bit smaller than yours is going to be because I've only published a couple of assignments for this class so far, but we can get a good idea of what we're looking at. Right now, I have a 40% in this class. That's not good. I'm failing this class. And I might be thinking, wait a second, I've turned in every assignment in this class. Why am I failing? What is going on? Let's figure it out. Let's go assignment by assignment. If I look at this class rules quiz, I can see that I received a score of 10 out of 10. That means that I've got a full score. I got full credit on that assignment. So that assignment's not the issue. If we look at hardware quiz, however, I can see that I only got a 4 out of 10. So I missed 6 points on this quiz. Well, let's find out why I missed those points. I'm going to click on hardware quiz and pull up my responses for that quiz. I can see that I submitted on January 6th at 6:29 p.m. I can see that my attempt took less than 1 minute. And let's see. So I entered my name. Ooh, I got that question wrong. I got that question wrong. I got that question right. That one was correct as well. I got a couple of wrong answers in here. So I can see exactly why I did not do well on this quiz. Now, the nice thing about my class is you can redo assignments as many times as you need to get the grade that you want. Okay, let's go back to my grade book. So I'm going to jot down a little note to myself. Hey, redo the hardware quiz and get some of those points back. Now, wait a second. My application. I notice that I have a 0 out of 15. I wonder why. Well, if I look over here, I have 2 icons. One is a little chat box, or a little, looks like a chat icon, and the other is like a clipboard. This chat icon will pull up any feedback that your instructor has given you on this course itself. So if I click on that, I can see that it says you have turned in a picture of Spider-Man instead of the assignment. Please resubmit. And if I look at the rubric, I can see that, yeah, I didn't get any points for this assignment because I submitted it incorrectly. So I would make a note to myself to resubmit these assignments properly. Let me look at what I actually submitted. Yep, it's a picture of Spider-Man. It is not the assignment. So I accidentally turned in the wrong file. So that one I need to go back and redo. Binary decoding, I got a 10 out of 15. Let's take a look at the rubric here to see what I missed. I got full points on question 1, 1 out of 3 on question 2, full points on question 3, 0 points on question 4, and 3 points on question 5. So I wonder why. Let's take a look at the comments. The comment says, you got question 2 correct, but you did not show your work. You did not answer question 4. So on question 2, I got 1 point out of 3 because I answered the question correctly, but I didn't show the work, right? So these comments are going to help me to find out what I did well, what I didn't do well, and how to fix my grade. Down here, I have a missing assignment, but that's strange because I know that I've completed that quiz, but it says I have 0 out of 10 and it's missing. I wonder why that happened. So let's go into it and take a look. I can see again, it took me less than a minute to complete this quiz, and I did answer the questions, but I noticed I got every single question wrong. In my class, if you submit a quiz and you either didn't answer the questions or you got every question wrong, if your score for an attempt is 0 out of 10, then I will revert that assignment back to missing in the gradebook so that it reminds you that you have to redo that assignment, right? So that way, don't be confused if you've turned in an assignment, but it still says missing. Take a look at the feedback to see exactly why it's still listed as missing. All right, last thing I want to cover in this video is I want to show you how to submit work. Remember that Spider-Man picture that I submitted for the My Application assignment? Let's actually resubmit that assignment so that we can get some of those points back. So I'm going to click on Resubmit Assignment here, and I have my assignment description, exactly what I'm supposed to be submitting. Now down here, I have some options. Upload file, I can do Google Drive. Depending on the type of assignment, there may be different options here available to you. I'm going to click Upload File, and I'm going to choose the file that I want. I don't want the Spider-Man picture. I want the My Application assignment. So I must have clicked on the wrong file when I submitted it. I'm going to click Open. Then I will click Submit Assignment, and I have now successfully resubmitted my work for that assignment. If you're trying to find a specific assignment, it's better to use modules. Let me show you why. Here in modules, you can see all of the content organized by section, right? So week 1, day 1, how to navigate. This is all the stuff we're doing in day 1. Week 2, day 2, that's all the stuff we're doing in day 2. And if you scroll down, you can find the specific item you're looking for much easier. So I'm going to go to the My Application assignment. All right, now let's take a look at this rubric. Now these rubrics are designed so that you know exactly what your score is going to be for an assignment before you turn it in. I highly recommend that you look at the rubric for each assignment and analyze whether or not you've met these requirements. So the first item in the rubric for 3 points, title. The title is catchy and makes sense for the application. Type of software. The software is organized or categorized correctly, so that's 2 points. If we go through each of these and assess whether or not we've done them, we'll have a rough idea of how many points we're going to get on each assignment. Pay attention to the rubric before you submit your assignments, so that way there are no surprises in grading. All right, if you have any questions about getting feedback and submitting assignments in Canvas, please let me know. I want you guys to get the best grades you can possibly get in this class. And part of that comes with paying attention to your grade and knowing exactly the scores that you should be receiving and paying attention to the scores you do receive. All right, let's check our grades every day. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in class.